This ain't just a channel, this is BBTV.
Happy MLK, everybody. I just want to pause just for a second and acknowledge Dr. King, okay? His message about dignity, fairness, and how we treat one another is still meaningful today, and I'm glad that we take a moment to remember that. With that said, welcome to Ask a Bee, Monday, Petty Monday. Today, we got real AITA stories about trust, families, boundaries. We're going to take them slow, keep it human, and you know what? Think out loud together. This is a whole new lane today. We're going to have some fun. So let's settle in and get into it. Happy Monday, y'all.
Welcome to Monday Petty Monday, where we don't start drama, we just document it. If something annoyed you, irritated you, or lived rent-free in your head all week, you're in the right place.
Boss be rising, BBTV's igniting, turn the volume up. Yeah, the whole world's invited, from the gravel road to the neon dream. She built an empire out of broken wings. Boss be rising, sky ain't even the ceiling. When she hits go live, everybody feels it.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Ask a Bee, Monday, Petty Monday. It's noon, so we're doing what we always do here, only a little differently. We're going to slow the room down before the day pulls us in 10 directions at once, okay? This isn't a hot take show. It's not a reaction reel. And it's not about speed. This is where we sit with people's real lives, messy edges and all, and actually think out loud together. If you're new here, this space is built for nuance, not snap judgments. We don't do sound bites over humans, okay? We don't flatten complicated stories into good guy, bad guy. We look at context, patterns, and you know what? What's underneath? People's reactions. Sometimes that means uncomfortable truths. Sometimes it means empathy for everyone involved. Most of the time, it means holding both at once. Today, I have two stories for you that are completely different on the surface, but kind of tied together underneath by the same thing. How hurt travels inside families. One story is about a marriage where secrecy turned into resentment and resentment turned into revenge. The other is about a daughter who finally said out loud what she'd been carrying quietly for years. Neither of these is neat. And honestly, that's why they belong on Ask a Bee. Real relationships rarely are, What matters is not whether someone was perfect, but whether their reaction makes sense given that they lived what they lived through, right? That's the lens we're going to use today. We're not here to perform morality. We're here to understand people. We're going to take it slow, okay? Let the details breathe and give ourselves permission to change our minds as new pieces come in. Now, you might feel one way at the start of the story and a completely different way by the end. That's exactly how this show is supposed to work. So y'all settle in. Take a sip of whatever you got beside you. Let your shoulders drop for a second. We're going to walk through these stories together with clarity and honesty and a little bit of grace for the people in these that are involved here and for ourselves as we listen to this. I've just had something happen that I'm going to have to take a 1-minute break. Forgive me. It's the beginning of the show. I know, and I am so sorry, but it's with good reason. And here's a really good promo to take that minute. I shall be right back. I'm so sorry. All right, here we are back again. So sorry about that. Sometimes stuff happens, Poop happens. Poop happens a lot. Anyway, let me get that out there. We're going to get ourselves on the roll here because this is some pretty good stories. And y'all, I had some fun with this last week. So I'm going to try and have some more fun with this. You guys, I know you know what AITA means, right? Right? I'm going to tell you again anyway. Pardon the language, but it does mean, am I the, I'll say it this way, a-hole. Okay? We're all adults here. We can handle this, right? So, here we go. Yes, and you'll have to forgive me. I'm trying out these new glasses. They got a scratch or two already. Anyway. Okay, so AITA for struggling to forgive my husband for his petty revenge on me. I feel crazy. I would too, honey. I would too. That's crazy. Already. So here we go. Husband, 34 male, and I, 32 female, have been married 6 years. 2 months ago, I stopped him from going on a bachelor's trip with his long-term school friends. I was okay and was kind of looking forward to him having fun until I learned he hid the fact that he would be doing a lot of adult-themed activities. Think strippers and happy end massages. No. As a part of their itinerary. Okay. It caused a huge fight, as we've always maintained that this is a deal breaker for me, and the fact that he hid it from me made it worse. He argued that he only did it because of my tendency to overreact. Whoa. Okay. And of course, he wouldn't engage in those activities, but that didn't mean he couldn't go. I would have been fine with him going if he told me about their itinerary and trusted the fact that he would keep away. Okay, well, let's I want to think about this for a second. First line. Okay, first line in, and you can already feel the emotional weather here. She's not asking, was this wrong? She's asking, am I wrong for still feeling it? That's a different kind of pain. When someone hurts you and time passes, you start questioning your own reactions, like you're not allowed to be upset. That word crazy usually shows up when someone's reality has been messed with. What matters here is not just the trip, it's the secrecy. Okay? Let's get that straight. She didn't shut this down because she hates fun. She shut it down because he hid something that crossed a boundary they both supposedly agreed on. And notice the shift. Instead of owning that, he frames her as the problem for overreacting. That's where the power dynamic starts to tilt, guys. She even says she would have been fine if he had told the truth and trusted her. So this isn't about control. It's about honesty and respect, right? That's the foundation that we're standing on before anything else happens. So what do you think so far? Personally, I'm going to go with that's a stinger. That's a stinger. See, we do stinger and honey here because, honey outlasts everything anyway, right? That's a stinger. My goodness. All right. Let's see here. Let's try and get back into this because I'm almost ready to just turn it around. So here we go. What he did broke my trust. And the only way I could see him earning it back is if he voluntarily told his friends that he couldn't come, which he did. Okay. At the time, he looked really apologetic and made up, and we made up. Pardon me. He took me to shopping, and all was good. I bought some fashionable outfits and was looking to wear them ahead of summer. Where we live, it was still a little cold, and I didn't get to immediately dress up in the clothes I just bought. Wish I had your problems, honey. Okay. Also, most of my summer clothes had shrunk in the washer, so I practically only had my oversized casuals, and these clothes I had just bought. Okay, this is where the story feels normal for a second, I guess. They fight, they repair, they move forward. He apologizes, they shop, she feels good again. Okay, that matters, right? Because she's not sitting in resentment at this point. She's trying to rebuild trust and enjoy her life. Okay, got you. No problem. And the detail about the clothes shrinking, it's not filler. It sets up why what happens next hits so hard. Okay. She's already limited in what she can wear, already feeling in between seasons, already relying on these new outfits to feel like herself again, right? That's what we do, women, right? We get new outfits, because we want to feel something different for a minute. So when something goes wrong with those clothes, it doesn't just affect her wardrobe, it touches her sense of self and confidence, right? I mean, I hear it all the time. Clothes make the man, right? A suit makes the man, right? So I think on this one, we're going to have to go with Honey Forever. He tried, right? He tried. He gave her, some leeway there. Everything was good. He took her shopping. Everything should be good, right? That's honey. That's honey. Absolutely honey. Uh-huh. This isn't the end of the story, though, is it? Why, no, it is not. Oh, goodness. I got all kinds of people talking. Hi, Kyle. How are you? How is everything today? Everything is wonderful today. We are having a good time. Eddie. There you are again, honey. Good to see you, but keep it good. So, all right, let me get back here to this. Now we are a few weeks later. It starts. My stuff is off here. A few weeks later, it starts to get warmer, and as I slip into my new dress, it feels tight. Yeah, I don't know why my stuff is off like that. Forget it. I'm just going to read the letter. I'll fix it for next time. So a few weeks later, it starts to get warmer, and as I slip into my new dress, it feels tight. I'm confused. I just tried them on in the store, and I'm a size 14. Oh, I guess that was right, wasn't it? As the label on the dress said. So, no, I didn't get the wrong size from the store. Then another dress was tight, same with pants and other tops. I started feeling absolutely crazy. I would have too. Had I just put on so much weight in a matter of a few weeks that my new dresses didn't even fit. I've always been a bit sensitive about how my body looks, and I remember telling my husband how excited I was about these new clothes that look so flattering on me. I felt so good in all of them, and now they look so hideous on me. I start crying on the floor. I was too embarrassed to tell my husband anything. Y'all feeling what I'm feeling on this one? This is where the emotional stakes get very real. She's not just annoyed, she's destabilized. Your mind games are not working. She's trying to on clothes that literally fit weeks ago. And now her body feels like it betrayed her overnight. For someone already sensitive about their appearance, that kind of shift can spiral really fast. Okay. Really fast. No, you can't eat my glasses. So she doesn't just think these clothes are wrong. Okay. She's thinking something is wrong with me. That is a psychological hit, not a vanity issue, right? And notice that she doesn't go to her husband. She's ashamed and embarrassed and confused. That isolation makes everything heavier. What y'all think about that one? So I'm mad already because I already see where this is going. I was feeling crazy, she says, for a few weeks now. Even the clothes that I had before felt tighter. I don't know if it was placebo or reality, but it didn't help. My husband, few days later during dinner, says he wants to confess something. He was snickering while saying this. Wow. Here it comes, y'all. He said, what he said absolutely crushed me. He said that while I was gone to see my sister, who had just had a baby for a week, he had secretly taken all my new outfits that he knows I routinely wear, even the old ones, and gave them to the local tailor to make them a size or two smaller. He said he paid him generously to stitch things faster. Is anybody else ready to jump through this computer screen or phone screen? Pick me. This is where the story flips from confusion to betrayal, right? I mean, y'all, seriously. Seriously. If that ain't a stinger, I don't know what is. So for weeks, she's been thinking she's losing her damn mind or her body is changing dramatically, which, could lead to illness, something. And the whole time, he knew exactly what was happening. The fact that he's snickering while confessing tells you everything about his mindset in that moment. This wasn't remorseful. This was smug. He didn't see this as harm. He saw it as clever payback. And let's be clear, altering someone's clothes without their consent is not a prank, okay? It's gaslighting in fabric form. It is. It really is. I mean, let's do this instead. These are the ones that just make you want to scream. I've been reading these Reddits for a while now, and let me tell you something, people. My life is not so bad. Wow. So, said was sorry, but it felt like a funny payback for what I had done. Stopped him from going on a trip. I said that wasn't funny. He made me feel crazy. I was crying and screaming at this point. He severed my sense of self and made me feel ugly. Gaslighting. Eventually, I tried to be okay, but I'm not. I'm still reeling from what he did as a petty revenge. It's been some time since he confessed and offered to get them stitched back to original size. Wow. Wow. This is the core harm right here. He didn't just inconvenience her, he attacked her confidence, her body image, and her sense of reality. That's not painful revenge. That's emotional sabotage. Okay. Even when he apologized consequences. The damage is already done, honey. You can't just undo weeks of someone feeling ugly, okay, and crazy by saying, my bad. Trust doesn't bounce back that easily. Get with it, people. Get with it. That is crazy talk. That's just crazy talk. My bad. Trust doesn't bounce back that easily. The offer to fix the clothes, okay, is logistical, but the deeper issue is whether she can trust him with her emotional safety again. What you think? Nope. No. No. I don't see any honey here. There's no honey in this one. I don't know who picked this one out, but there's no honey in this one. I'm mad. Wouldn't you be? Come on. Come on. Be human. That's not a prank. That's not revenge. That is just plain malice. That's, oh my God. So let's finish this one up before I get too mad. I'm struggling with what he just did. I want to forgive him. I never knew how resentful he was of me about that trip. Maybe it's my fault. I should have been more trusting. I knew he would never cheat. In my heart, I knew he would keep away. And from his POV, his petty revenge on me probably feels deserved. I would be mad too if he stopped me from doing something I was looking forward to do. But still, if you were me, how would you feel? Has anyone had their spouse do petty revenge on them? So I think this is where you really feel her confusion. She is blaming herself even after being wronged. She's trying to understand his perspective while still sitting in her own pain. That's not weakness. That's emotional intelligence mixed with self-doubt. But here's the tension. Being upset about a canceled trip is human. It is. Secretly shrinking your partner's clothes to mess with their mind is not a proportional response. Her question isn't just about morality. It's about whether her reaction makes sense. And honestly, it absolutely does. Okay? But I want to give her honey for her clarity and her empathy. And, I would really like for there to be a better outcome here. There's no honey in this one because honestly, yes, she should have probably trusted him a little bit better. I still don't believe that was proportional. Okay. But if you can't trust him to do something that he's probably already done before, because if he didn't tell you this time, he didn't tell you the last time either. Y'all need to get your heads out your asses because you're both the assholes as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry, I'm going to call it like it is. And y'all can agree or disagree. That's what we're here for, right? We're taking this story and thinking about this because I am sorry for what he did to her. Seriously. That was a bit of a mind fork. There's my word. Proportional, no. Should she have trusted him? Yeah. But he should have known that she would have trusted him. So he should have told her. There's no honey in this one. You're both wrong. You're both wrong. I'm sorry. That's the way that I'm taking this one. You're both wrong because you both did the wrong thing. You both reacted the wrong way. You treated each other the same way, just in different respects, right? Men know that women are much more emotional than they are. So, of course, they're going to go straight for the mind games. But your insecurity is a problem too, right? You've never had any reason to not trust him. You said it yourself. So why not trust him? Why not trust him enough that he doesn't have to voluntarily tell you that stuff, but he does anyway, because it's the right thing to do? I don't see how hard that is. I know. It seems pretty easy to me. Right? Don't you think? I don't know. I got another story here. I know it's got a little bit of honey in it, but we're going to take a little tiny break again because, that's what we do here. I have to do my promo. And I have to hear my song at least once a day. Hope you like it too. I'll be back in a minute.
She came from the quiet storms, built a fire from the ground, turned a whisper to a warning. Now her voice shakes the town. Every setback was a lesson. Every doubt became a key, unlocking something bigger. That's the rise of Boss B. When the lights go low, her vision hits high. She built a whole damn network off a promise and a try. Every sunrise, every moment, she's stacking legacy. This ain't just a channel, this is BBTV. Boss B rising, BBTV's igniting. Turn the volume up, yeah, the whole world's invited. From the gravel road to the neon dream, she built an empire out of broken wings. Boss B rising, sky ain't even the ceiling. When she hits go live, everybody feels it. She's the queen of the comeback, the storm in the stream, crafting stories out of heartbeats, making visions out of dreams. Got thunder in the hustle, got a voice that cuts clean. Every mic she touches turns the power unseen. So let further spin the numbers, let the views rise slow or fast. Boss B doesn't measure wins by echoes of the past. This moment is a pivot, this season's history. Bow down to the founder of the BBTV dynasty. Boss B rising, BBTV's igniting. Turn the volume up, yeah, the whole world's invited. From the gravel roads to the neon dream, she built an empire out of broken wings. Boss B rising, sky ain't even the ceiling. When she hits go live, everybody feels it. She's got fire in the head, it's got truth in the frame. Got a heart that won't retire and a gift you can't name. Every loop, every letter, every dream she sets free. It's a love note to the world sign, Boss B. And the world keeps watching as the numbers climb, but she's counting all the moments, not the dollar signs. From the late night grind to the daylight scene, she's building something bigger than the algorithm's dream. Boss B rising, BBTV shining. Her story's rewriting, a legacy in real time. Boss B rising, BBTV's igniting. Turn the volume up, yeah, the whole world's invited. From the gravel roads to the neon dream, she built an empire out of broken wings. Boss B rising, sky ain't even the ceiling. When she hits go live, everybody feels it. BBTV, where the stories breathe. BBTV, where the dreamers believe. Boss B rising, watch her take her place. This is BBTV, this is her grace.
Join Boss B for Ask a Bee Monday through Friday, 12 noon Central Standard Time and Jukebox Journey every Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay, and we're back again. I do have another story, and I think this one's a little bit better. I'm hoping. I'm trying to get my family to volunteer for me a little bit more and help me with, well, my child got this for me. Let me just say that. Alrighty, so let's start from the beginning, of course, because that's where we start, right? So here's the story. AITA, am I the a-hole for being petty, telling my sick mother to go ask her favorite child? Okay. Growing up, my 27-year-old female mother, Kimber, made it clear that she loved my twin brother, Jack, more than she didn't like having a daughter. Okay. Jack was allowed to do whatever he wanted growing up, and Kimber still dotes on him. But Kimber didn't support me emotionally and provided me only the bare minimum. She let me know when I was about 9 that I would be out of her house and on her own when I turned 18. On my own, pardon me. You can say, right out the gate here, this really it isn't really about soup, right? It's about a lifetime pattern. Okay. When a kid says their parent made it clear they loved the other child more, that means favoritism was not subtle. It was the air in the house. That kind of message sticks to you long after childhood, okay? Being told at 9 that you're basically temporary in your own home is not discipline. It's emotional distance. Let's just start that there. I thought this was going to be better, but we're going to just go on right into this. And I mean, it is Monday Petty Monday, isn't it? Okay, so you grow up knowing you're not safe by default, right? And that shapes how you read every relationship after that. So when we get to the present conflict, it's important to remember she's not reacting to one moment. She's reacting to years of being second. Okay. That's not no honey right there, neither. That's just not no honey. Oh, this is already depressing. Okay, so for Jack and I's 13th birthday, she took only Jack to Disney World for a week and left me with a relative. My child and I are going to have talk about these. Okay, her reasoning was that I had a B in science and should have focused more on school if I wanted to go. A B? Instead of having fun during my teens, I was constantly working and saving to buy a car for myself. Jack totaled his cars twice before he turned 17, and she bought him a new car every time. Child, what did you do? Okay. This Disney thing is not a throwaway antidote, okay? This is the kind of childhood memory that never leaves your body. It's not just that she missed a trip. It's that she watched her twin be chosen while she was set aside. That does something to a kid's sense of worth. You don't just shrug that off at 18, okay? And the reason the mom gave a B in science? I mean, be strict, but really? That B in science matters just as much as the trip itself. That isn't discipline, that's conditional love. It teaches a child that affection is earned, not given. You grow up thinking you have to perform perfectly to deserve care, and that follows you into every relationship later. Everyone, every single one. Then you see the car situation, okay? The pattern becomes undeniable. One child works, saves, and learns responsibility out of necessity. The other totals cars and gets rescued every time. Same house, two completely different rules. That's not about personality. That's favoritism written in neon lights. So when people later say, why is she so sensitive? Right there. That's why. Right there. She didn't just experience one unfair moment. She lived inside an uneven system for years, it seems like. Are you kidding me right now? For real? Does anybody else want to join me in jumping through the screen at this woman? Seriously. What are we doing here to our children? You're joking, right? Oh my gosh. I took out loans. Some of this is still mixed up. I took out loans during college because Kimber did not contribute a dime to me after I turned 18. Kimber paid for all of Jack's expenses. He went to college to study business, but dropped out because it was too hard for him. Jack boasted later about trying college again to become a lawyer, but this time the university kicked him out for bad grades. Now we're at the current day. I just completed my master's. I have a well-paying job with a friendly work environment. I have great friends and a lovely boyfriend. That's amazing. I'm loving this. I'm loving this part. Okay, I'm hoping this is where it gets better. I mean, it seems like this is where the contrast becomes really sharp. Two kids raised by the same parent, but starting from completely different financial and emotional positions. She had to borrow, hustle, and figure things out on her own. Jack had everything handed to him forever and still couldn't make it stick. What's interesting here is that the mom's favoritism didn't actually help Jack in the long run. It insulated him from consequences. Meanwhile, the daughter's hardship forced her to become resilient, right? She didn't just survive neglect, she built a solid adult life anyway. So when she gets to the present conflict, she's not some messy, bitter person lashing out. She's a stable, successful adult who has carried this complete history quietly for years. That makes the soup situation hit differently than if she were just lashing out, right? Right? I think we got honey here. Sounded like honey to me. Looked like honey to me. You know what? It's honey to me. I love it. I love it. Okay, we're getting better, right? All right, let's find this next part. And hope to God it's still good. So, I have tried in the past to express to Kimber how her favoritism impacted me. Good for you, honey. Good for you. So Kimber only defaults to either one, that never happened, you're a liar, or two, you're exaggerating what happened, or three, even if that did happen, you deserve it. Jack needed it more. Oh, I realized I would never get anywhere with Kimber, and we now seldom contact each other. That's good. I'm glad. That means your life is a lot less hateful, doesn't it? So Jack still lives at home with Kimber. He doesn't have a job and just plays video games constantly like a teenager. Yeah. Yeah. This part is really important because it shows, to me at least, that she didn't just ghost her mom. She actually tried to have a conversation like an adult. She tried to be hard. And her mom responded with 3 classic shutdown moves: denial, minimization, and justification. None of those are accountability. When a parent refuses to acknowledge harm, the child eventually has to protect themselves. That's why distance isn't cruelty here, it's survival. She didn't walk away out of spite. She walked away because talking went nowhere. And the denial about Jack still living at home unemployed is not thrown in to embarrass him. Okay. It shows that favoritism didn't prepare him for adulthood either. The same pattern that hurt her also stalled him. Yeah. What do we think about this, Mama? Yeah. Yeah. She is not a good mommy. I'm sorry. She's just not. She's just not. Just not. I don't know what to say about this one because she makes me angry already. But I will tell you this. Apparently, there was an update. So I got a phone call from Kimber that she's feeling ill. I knew that she was in the hospital for an infection. They discharged her with some antibiotics the day before, but she was still feeling ill. She asked me to pick up some soup from the store and drop it off because she wasn't feeling well enough to get it herself. A reminder that when I got sick as a child, Kimber would leave me to do everything by myself and told me my coughing aggravated her. I know I could have civilly said no, or even just dropped off the soup. It would have taken me $5 in less than an hour. But instead, I told her, go ask your favorite child. Kimber got angry and told me to stop acting childish, but I told her no and hung up. Good for you. I'm sorry, but yeah, good for you. On the surface, this looks like a tiny favor, okay? But relationships are never just about logistics. They're about memory. When she hears, bring me soup, she isn't hearing groceries. She's remembering being sick as a kid and treated like a burden. That emotional history is what makes this moment charged. And yes, the line, go ask your favorite child, is petty. We know that. But it's also brutally honest. It's one sentence that captures years of imbalance. She didn't choose a diplomatic response. She chose a truthful one that reflected how she's been treated. The bigger issue here isn't whether she could have been nicer. It's that she spent her whole life being the one expected to absorb unfairness quietly. No, don't do that to yourself, honey. Just don't do that to yourself. You don't have to do that to yourself. So here's the update. A friend of Kimber's got her soup and told me I was acting petty and cruel to my sick mother. The friend argued that I wasn't owed anything more than food, clothing, and shelter for 18 years, which Kimber did provide, and how I was an overgrown brat for not taking an hour to help my own mom, and I have no idea how hard raising twins is. I know my response just put fuel on the fire, and I was being petty. But am I the asshole for not caring and for saying it anyway? This is where outside judgment creeps in. You know it is. The friend sees only one moment, a daughter refusing soup, and ignores decades of context behind it. That's why people often misread family conflict from the outside. Oh, the "you were only owed the basics" argument is especially telling. Survival is not the same as parenting. Feeding and housing a child doesn't erase emotional neglect. You don't get a moral pass just because you met minimum requirements. So the real question isn't, was she petty? She admits that herself. The deeper question is whether her reaction makes sense given everything she's lived through. Petty behavior can still be understandable when it's rooted in real harm. And I think she had that. She had a lot of harm. So let me finish this update. Despite how little Kimber has supported me as a mother, I felt obligated to her just because she is my mother, and she did provide for me during those years. However, I realized how unhealthy interacting with Kimber at all is for me, and how much the anger I had from Kimber's parenting was still impacting my life. I have decided to look for a therapist. Yes, baby girl, thank you. Yes, baby girl, thank you. Hello, Odin. Good to see you again, my friend. Thank you for the luck. So, okay. Looking for a therapist who can help me recover and prevent Kimber's parenting from negatively impacting my life anymore. I am working the courage to confront Kimber and tell her that while I forgive her, as in I am going to do my best to let go of the anger and resentment I feel from her favoritism because it will benefit my own life, I will never have a relationship with her again because I cannot trust her to not hurt me again. I am not quite ready to tell Kimber all that yet, but I am working to get there. Good. She says, thank you again. Everyone again for your kind words and advice. See, honey. So this update is actually the emotional center of the story. I think she's not trying to punish her mom. She's trying to protect herself, and that's okay. It's hard when it's a parent that is the abuser. Okay. I'm not going to say I have experience, but I understand. Okay. New parents, they have a hard time sometimes, and sometimes things they do can look like abuse. It's not under to the surface, okay? I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying that that's okay, because it's not. But she had twins. There's another thing that you have to throw into the factor, because 2 is definitely more than 1. But that's when you ask for help. And it sounds to me like she was probably too proud to do that too. But feeling obligated just because someone is your parent is incredibly common, even when that parent has hurt you. And choosing therapy here is not weakness. And I'm so proud of you. It's maturity, honey. It is maturity. And I'm so very proud of you and for you. Okay. She's not just reacting, she's actively working to heal the impact of her childhood. That's serious self-care. And the way she talks about forgiveness is important. She wants to forgive for her own peace, not to restore a relationship. She's separating forgiveness from access, which is something many adults struggle to do. She's allowed to release anger without reopening herself to harm. You guys, I can't think of any better form, and I'm going to play it. Here you go. Ah. It doesn't get any better than that kind of honey right there. Good for you, sweetheart. Good for you. Come on, y'all. I mean it. Tell her. Good for her. That's what she needed to do. The therapy, yes, of course. But the fact that she stopped waiting for her mother to fix it, because her mother is not going to fix that. It's clear from day one. She never wanted to try and fix that. She had who she wanted. You know, I'll give you this little bit of a story before we close out of here. It's not me personally. This is a person I know. So, this person, her mother passed away. And of course, you know, when your parent passes away, you have to go and go through their things. She didn't have any siblings. So it's all on her, right? She goes through and she finds some diaries that her mother left behind from way back in the past. Regardless, they're still there. You know, that past has a receipt now. And her mother, she wrote, first, let me get you in the right headspace. The woman was not in her right mind at the time. I'm not saying crazy. I'm saying she was in the midst of addiction. Okay, let's put it that way. And this daughter, she read the diaries. And there were things that were said about the daughter, clearly. And I'm going to tell you that because I've read them too, unfortunately. But my friend needed me, right? So in these stories, in this book, this woman is talking about, on one page, how she's pregnant with her second child. And it's a good ways, you know, into it. And she knows it's a boy. And of course, she had a daughter. She wanted a boy. Now, her daughter thought, you know, well, okay, she wanted a boy, but she got me. And that felt disappointing. But on through the diary a little bit, and this is only the second page of this that I read. I didn't read anymore, but on through the diary, again, it's talking about the daughter and her age. So in the first part, it says, finally, it's the boy I've been waiting for 10 years. And 2 pages later, the diary says, my daughter turned 10 today. And that was it. Not, I saw her, we had a party, nothing like that. Because we didn't. Or that's what she's telling me, right? So, yeah, this it's very hard situation when a parent is abusive and knows full well what they're doing. Okay. Those 2 little excerpts from this diary of her mother's, I felt that with every ounce of my being, because, and I didn't quote verbatim because, you know, I don't have the books in front of me. But here's the thing. This lady, my friend, stop. My friend, okay, that hurt her. It hurt her a great deal. It's hurting me even to talk about it right now. But it hurt her to her core, because you know what that meant. You know what that meant when she said, I've been waiting for 10 years. And then 2 pages later, which is just 2 days later, just 2 days, because she wrote in this every day for years. And just 2 pages later, it names why the 10 years had passed. And that hurt me for her so much because I knew what she was trying to say. Her mother didn't want her. She wanted a boy. And then she told me it was things like things her mother told her. Like her father wouldn't have left them if she had been a boy, and blamed her for being a girl instead of a boy. Sorry, my annoying dog is get annoying some more, and he's going to annoy me just a little bit further till he can get up here on the bed with me, the big ass baby that he is. Aren't you? Aren't you? Quit pushing on me. What? I love this dog, y'all. I love this dog. I don't even know if you'll be able to see him. No, guess not. He moved. Mo, get off. Yes, there's two. Anyway, and of course he's back. What? Maybe I should just make this a dog show. For real, dude? For real? You need to hush. So, anyway, back to finishing that story. Here's my point, okay? Here's my point. The person that you don't make me get the water bottle and hose you down, because I will, sir. This is my show, not yours. This is not the automatic show. This is not the transmission show, okay? Stop it and be standard for a minute. Get it out of gear. That's enough. Yeah, I'll tell you about that dog one of these days. I love this dog, but he drives me crazy right now. You hear this? I know you hear this. If you hear me, you hear this. Yeah, this one's for you, Patty doll. I saw that you were in here. I'm telling you now. He's definitely going to say something. Mo, get off of him. Okay, so totally out of here now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this home just a bit and get off of that subject, because you know what? I'm starting to feel bad for her again, and I don't know what else to do. So today, it wasn't about picking a winner. Okay. We had our honey, we had a stinger, and I think that's the way I'm going to play it. I need to clarify, I think this before I take off here. I love the letters. I do, but they don't always come in. And while I've got tons of letters about music, I can't really use those every single day. So I've decided to try and do some Reddit stories, because you can do that as long as you transform them, right? Fair use. That's what I'm doing. We're just playing around. It's just a different form of letter. Okay. And when I do get these letters, I will use them. I will. But right now I don't have enough, not for these particular subjects. And that's okay too, because I'm still growing on YouTube. We're all still growing on YouTube, right? Lots of great things going on and everything. And I just want to make this better for you. This is kind of fun to me, the AITA, because you can go AITA petty, and boom, there's you a couple of stories that you can talk about, give your opinion on, and who knows, maybe somebody will stick around. It's fun. It is. I love this. I'm really getting into it. So it's just another avenue. And I am a hybrid. I do all kinds of things on here, but I'm also doing these things because we are trying to build a humongous universe out here. Okay. Big Jack and I and Mama Lions and Walt, we are, as far as I'm concerned, dream team. Okay. Because it takes a team to go anywhere on YouTube and get out there. We are not just a couple of thousand subs here, a couple of thousand subs here. We are collectively a bunch. I mean, a shit ton, and pardon my language, but it's true, of people coming in, and we're bringing them more. Okay. We want you. We want you. Come on with it. Last night, for the third time now, I got to sit in and listen to Kiana Jackson talking about her incredible life that just really begun. And can I tell you something? I am so happy, so proud for her, not of, for her. For the simple fact that this is a family that allowed me to be a part of that moment. You guys need more of this in your lives. And I am not, look, I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I'm telling you, this is the place to be if you want to feel better, if you want to laugh, if you want to sing along. We have so many things going on and you need to be here for it. You do. Okay? So, like I said before, today isn't about picking a winner or crowning someone the villain. Both of these stories were really about what happens after hurt sets in and how people try to live with it. Guys, we are all here for each other. Y'all be here, okay? Be here. Be here for each other. Be here for your family. Just be present. Remember, this galaxy over here, this part of this huge universe, we love you and we want to see more of you. That's it. That's my time for today. Thank you so much for being here. And seriously, you guys, Tuber Chat, you got to get over there and check them out. See you later.
Before we roll on, I want to take a second to shout out Tuber Chat, because once again they showed up and held space the way real community does. This channel isn't about noise or numbers chasing, it's about consistency, respect, and actually supporting creators without strings attached. That matters more than people realize. If you're looking for a place that lifts voices instead of talking over them, Tuber Chat is that lane. I appreciate the time, the encouragement, and the steady presence more than I can properly wrap into words. So much love to the Tuber Chat crew for doing what you do and doing it the right way.
If you're enjoying this show, subscribing is the easiest way to support what's being built here on BBTV. You'll see the join button right next to subscribe. No pressure, no expectations, just an option for people who want to support the channel in a real way. We're live weekdays at 12 p.m. Central, and each day has its own focus. Same honesty, same voice, just different conversations depending on the day. And if you've got a story you want to share, send it in. Anonymous is always fine.
Boss be rising, BBTV.